20 slides, that's it. 20 seconds a slide, and it's going to move automatically, so no control. That's part of the fun of it. Okay, you ready to go? You want to do it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. All right.
Okay, hi. So I started working in Brenham. I'm not as tall as these people. In 2003, I was hugely pregnant, which you can see here. There was tremendous change going on in my life. Lots of things happening. Moving from a large city, Dallas, to a small town. Moving from a huge firm, HDR, to Upchurch Architects, where I was number like 4 in the office. So my first project was CA on this restaurant, which was a block down from the office. It's just to the left of the screen, this way. There's milkshakes in between. Remember, hugely pregnant, July, August, milkshakes. That's it. But the CA happened. The project was successful. It was a 1880s building. A lot of fire damage to the interior. So it was basically a shell, and we got to do a lot of fun stuff inside, which is very difficult to see in these slides. I had a date here several years ago. I have never had better service in the restaurant than that night. Never before, never since. They're nosy. Working in a small town means that you live with your projects. So here's my daughter. We're going into Christ Lutheran Day School, which was a little daycare project that we worked on. I was hugely pregnant when that project started. And so by the time she came around and she was like 6 months old, she was able to start going to school there. The whole building is designed for these little tiny people. They're pre-K down to 6 weeks old. So everything is way down low. Everything gives them a view of the outdoors. It's really nice. They recently had a flood, and so we got to go back into the project 7 years later and help them reselect colors for the interior, reselect interior finishes. You know, a new approach on their interior design, which was really cool, but it was also very cool that we got to come back to the project. We got to stick with it. We stay connected with those people, and I hang out with the director of the school as often as possible because she's fun and, you know, we can get in trouble together. About half of our practice is residential work. So this is a ranch house that was replacing a 1950s camp house that had gotten pretty nasty. It's one of the most gorgeous piece properties in Washington County, top of the hill. They swear it's the highest point in the county. Other people think their property is the highest point. This project was for my attorney. Small town, not very many boundaries. So, very historic property, and we restored the building and did some great things to make a high-end retail space, loft apartment above, where he now lives, which is interesting. But, you know, the balance thing, the boundary thing, if I go in here to shop, I get a lot of nosy attention there too. You don't know who you're going to run into in town, and then you don't know what story they're going to tell after you've seen them. These are two residential clients. They are both good friends. The lady on the left is the emergency pickup at the elementary school. There's my daughter in the middle. We did a house for Sally Ann, and it's one of my favorite houses in Brenham. She and her husband had this awesome collection of early American antiques. So the house was about the early American antiques, but it was a builder house. So I had to be on the job site all the time, fighting with these millwork guys to make them do things the way we wanted them to do it, because they were just going to do the builder stuff that every other house on the street was doing. But that's not what we wanted, and so it turned out gorgeous. It was a lot of love involved for the client, for the project, to keep things rolling and keep everybody on task. And now we get to go to a dinner party there as often as I can. As long as I bring my daughter, I'm invited. So not everything's in town. So when it's out of town, this is the face I get, the pout. And my dad teaches at Texas State, so he comes in and he's the full unit backup. Any Austin IT guys, full unit backup. I got Dad coming in to babysit while I'm out of town. So this is a project that we did in Dallas. Wonderful clients. Pool house project. project. They collect art, and they had this 1986 vintage Upchurch Architects house they wanted to add this in the backyard. So they brought the team back together, and we started making these trips up to Dallas to work on this project and to design this beautiful space for them. Outdoor space, indoor space, kind of half and half, only 900 square feet. And it was wonderful, but it was in Dallas, so it was either a 18-hour day or it was an overnight trip. Once again, we have balance issues, boundary issues. Where is the child? She's with dad. You can see that, it was just wonderful. And what made it possible to retain sanity and to move through the project without, losing all focus was being able to bring Emily up there every once in a while to meet the client and to see things. And we had this wonderful friendship with the clients where we'd go out. They also like to drink a lot of wine. So we would have these wonderful dinners together, which were fun. And we developed a very nice friendship, which continues. And, I can ask them about art. I can ask them anything, I'm sure. But it's just a very fun relationship to have and makes things easier. This project was the 5th project for a local client. They were in beautiful locations like Berwick, Pennsylvania, and Midland. This one is in Rosemary Beach, Florida, and once again involved a lot of travel, distance. The scope was always creeping on this project, so we renovated interior on the main house, and we had to cram in a pool, outdoor kitchen, fireplace, living area, beautiful courtyard, tiny, tiny, tiny space, quick construction process. And, be out of town, be traveling a lot for it. But it's in Florida. It was beautiful. Last summer I got to bring my parents and my daughter out to see the project, which makes it very real, and also makes it, kind of connects the dots for them so that they know what I'm really doing. Now, I wish I could take them back, but I can't afford to rent this house because I'm only an architect, and it rents for like $17,000 a week or something. So, thank you.